Disproving God, Inception-style. Part 1. God spins forever. In the movie Inception, the main character, Dom, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, explains that in order to know if he's in a dream or in reality, he employs a secret totem. Since artificial dreams are created by a human designer, and this person doesn't know about the totem, looking at this totem will ensure that you're not dreaming. Even if the designer sees the totem, he won't be able to know everything about it, like its exact size, weight, sound, texture, color, and spinning capabilities. When Dom is in a dream, his totem, an engraved metal top, spins forever. Many debates have raged recently about how God cannot be disproven. Some Christians, via unsophisticated vocabulary, tried to challenge atheists to show that their stance is valid. Many atheists have tried to ridicule them by comparing these challenges to comical caricatures of the same challenges. I'm talking about the invisible unicorns, the flying spaghetti monster, leprechauns, and the space teapots. These comparisons are humiliating to believers because, to them, God is as real as the world around them, or as the love they feel, or as the hope they have. The problem is that these experiences can be all simulated. The things they see could be an illusion made by Hollywood. The love they feel could be drug-induced. The hope that they have can be false hope. How do you know what's real and what's not? Is God real or is he an illusion? How can you distinguish between the two? If God is real, he'll exhibit characteristics, as for the totem, that follow exactly his description. Before we continue, let us define God. There are those people who have a non-traditional characterization of God. Theism, deism, pantheism, etc. If you play with definitions and say that God is the universe, or the total of all consciousness, or all life, then it could be argued that God does exist. But only a minority of people believe this. The majority of believers fall into the three main Abrahamic religions: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. At the base of these three religions is Yahweh, as described in the oldest scriptures, the Torah or the Old Testament. Christianity's description of God is a slightly modified version of this God, and Islam's Allah is also a modified version of both the Jewish and Christian God. For this reason, many people say this is the same God. In all these sets of scriptures, God is described as 1. A single entity. 2. The creator of the universe. 3. All-powerful. 4. All-knowing. 5. Loving, especially towards humans. I think we can all agree on this definition. Now I want you to try to imagine a being that can do anything, knows everything, and loves everybody. How does he behave? 6. He listens to and answers prayers. 7. He's fair and just. I think everybody can agree on these behaviors. Note that these ideas all come from the scriptures. I didn't make them up. All the details, books, chapters, verses are in the description bar below. If God is real, then he's going to consistently exhibit all 7 of these attributes. If God is not real, he's going to lack one or more of these attributes. These assumptions are the base of my proof. Next step is to go through all these assertions. 1. God is a single entity. Yet, the scriptures are vastly inconsistent when it comes to his singleness. In the older scriptures, God speaks both in singular and plural. In Christian scriptures, God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Moreover, certain entities manifest certain characteristics of God. Satan seems to be God's evil twin. He has a lot of power, although less than God. Angels and many prophets also have mystic powers. Jebus was the son of God, or some kind of half-god. This is exactly like the ancient Egyptian, Greek, Roman, polytheistic mythology, with the names of gods changed. Number 2. God is the creator. Recently, Stephen Hawking released yet another book, this one titled The Grand Design. He says,
"Because there are laws, such as gravity, the universe can, and will, create itself from nothing. Spontaneous creation is the reason there is something rather than nothing. It is why the universe exists, why we exist. It is not necessary to invoke God to light the blue-touched paper and set the universe going."
So you see, physicists of today have a pretty good idea on how the universe came to be all by itself. Even in a tiny area of totally empty space, there's more energy than in all the matter of the whole universe. For all we know, this energy always was, even before the Big Bang. These ideas are, on paper, confirmed and coherent. In the near future, we will get confirmation of them, most probably via experiments with the Large Hadron Collider. 3. God is all-powerful. Besides the obvious, can God create a rock so heavy that even He can't lift it? Argument. Refer to the omnipotence paradox. There are interesting parts of the scriptures that clearly show He's not all-powerful. For example, He can't destroy an army when they have chariots of iron. Or, He can't tell a lie. The fact that God needs humans to fight His wars and evangelize the world, and consistently asks for your money, prove that He is not all-powerful. 4. An all-knowing God. The evidence for God not being omniscient is threefold. First, He asks questions. If He knew the answer, He wouldn't need to ask them. Second, He regrets His actions and changes His mind. Third, He's surprised and loses His temper. These are petty anthropomorphic behaviors and show that God is lesser and made up. Number 5. A loving God. It is quite common to hear people say that God is loving. If you ask certain churches like the Westboro Baptist Church, they'll tell you it's not the case. The God of Scriptures is vengeful and violent. He uses threats of hell to coerce people into worshiping Him. 6. God answers prayers. God says that He answers prayers. In fact, He doesn't. Scientific studies show that prayer has no effect or even a negative effect. 7. God is fair and just. Being fair or just means judging everybody equitably in accordance with their offense. God would be unjust if He would punish the wrong person or punish someone excessively. Well, first, God punishes children for the sins of the fathers. Heck, we're still paying for Adam and Eve's sin. Secondly, even the smallest sin is punishable by eternal torture. Desire is the same as murder, cursing God is the same as theft.